Wales, Shelford's 89 All Blacks, Pienaar's 94 Springboks. Could this be third time lucky? The second match of the CIS Insurance Series brings the touring Fijians to the Foster's Knoll after their opening victory against Wales A in Bridgend. Well, hello and welcome to the home of Neath Rugby Football Club, a ground with a proud history and certainly a reputation that touring teams have respect for. A fact not lost on the Neath captain, Gareth Llewellyn.
Neath have never been a major touring side, so this should be the first time we're close against New Zealand, close against South Africa, so hopefully we'll do it today.
And a little bit of a personal point to prove.
I think that's the idea, yeah. No, I mean, I was disappointed being left out of the Welsh squad, but I've been told I've got to play myself back in. That's what I intend to do today.
Your match commentators, J.J. Williams, and first of all, Hugh Llewellyn-Davies.
Fiji arrive with a much-changed side. They've kept their promise to give all squad members a chance in the opening two games. Only 3 players remain from Saturday's victory over Wales A. Little at centre and Barry on the wing, and the flank forward Mazirewa. Number 8, Vonolangi, leads the side as tour captain Vaitayaki takes a rest, but much attention will be focused on the huge prop, Willie Thabambuti, 22 stone plus, the heaviest man ever to play international rugby. Young backs, more experienced forwards. That's the pattern for Neath. No place behind for former Wales captain Paul Thorburn or the centre Hugh Woodland. It's a partnership of former Neath tertiary colleagues Lee Davis and John Fennell in midfield. Kevin Allen, a prop formerly with Dunvant, is hooker as Barry Williams is out injured. Captain Gareth Llewellyn is out to prove a point as the mystery and rumours continue about the reason for his absence from the Welsh squad. The referee is the man who took charge of the World Cup final at Ellis Park in Johannesburg. This is Ed Morrison of England. It's a blustery day for this CIS Challenge match at the Knoll. Fiji break new ground. It's their first ever visit to the Knoll at Neath. Neath themselves hope to break new ground because, incredibly, this famous club has never ever beaten a touring side. The game's first penalty for offside. Number 4, Glyn Llewellyn, is the man penalised. That's the man. Thabambuti, 56-inch chest, 22-inch neck, and a 46-inch waist. And there he is, hands on the ball right at the start of the game. Neath are trying their level best to get between Fiji and the ball. They haven't done so. Vonolangi, the captain, releases. First 5'8", number 12 is Rokatuivua. And the second penalty against Neath in the opening minutes. At outside half today is Opeti Turuva. He is the number 1 place kicker in the touring party. And he's shown what he can do right from the start. Just 2 minutes gone, and Fiji take a 3-point lead.
A penalty goal by Opeti Turuva.
Rauluni, the scrum half, the only one of the Fijian side who plays his rugby regularly in Australia. Nice pattern's been woven. Manasa Barry releases Mbolo, but the big right wing couldn't take what would have been a scoring pass. Neath recover. And that's a letter for the All Blacks. Chris Scott takes it clear to Gareth Llewellyn, but they've just touched the far touch line.
The dummy switch in midfield, really, and then the pass was passed out to Mbolo. If he had taken the ball, he is a huge man. He had all the field in front of him to score in the corner. Chance missed.
It's a strong breeze, and it favours Fiji in the first half. Number 7 for Fiji today is Korovo. Chris Scott will claim. And Neath, nice to see, risk the backs. Here is Chris Higgs. Great run by the right wing. Back covering is Mbolo from the right. First chance for Neath. And what an encouraging start for the young back division.
And this is the new approach from the Knoll. The full-back, Geraint Davis, a beautiful take and give. And then out to Chris Higgs, who shows his impressive pace, running outside him, Barry. How he's hemmed in by the touchline, looks across and kicks it ahead. Excellent kick, keeping the ball in play. But there's good cover by the Fijians. But excellent approach by the Neath young three-quarters.
Steve Williams with a scrum cap protecting the wound in his head. He played for Wales A. The ball is back on Neath side. Mishandling, but offside against Fiji. At half-back for Neath today, the pair who moved from Aberafan, as Neath lost some talented half-backs over the summer. This is Paul Williams, left-footed, creeps inside. The score's a level.
The penalty goal by Paul Williams.
Near side, it's John Davis against Sekova Sandria. The two hookers, Kevin Allen and Greg Smith. And they're the men, the Fijians, who are penalised by Ed Morrison. It's so refreshing to see Neath eager to keep this ball in hand. Lee Davis. Allen, the hooker, takes it on. Now John Davis again. So well to the fore in the opening 15 minutes. Great hands in midfield by Fennell. Out, Geraint Davis, just behind Richard Jones. No offside. No ruck, no maul had formed. So Fiji were allowed to go for the ball. They'll have the chance to clear. Neath had the chance for a try.
Let's look for the fingertip pass in by midfield. Look at the two centres there, and flicking it behind their back. And watch for this pass there, just flicked it on. Unfortunately, it went behind Richard Jones's back, but that was encouraging, and the crowd loved it.
Geraint Davis, at least he turned his body, made sure the ball didn't go forward. But this is the ball that Fiji thrive upon, that loose ball, open spaces. Vachureva, the lock, moves it out, full back, Wanga is up. And now this is Mbasam Bari, Wanga in support. Lovely play by Fiji. Mazirewa is up, the try scorer at the Brewery Field. Lawrence Little slings it out to the big man, Mbolo Bolo. The support is brilliant by Fiji. And now it's a genuine chance down left. They should score, and it's full-back Jonathan Iwanga who gets the first try. 8-3 to Fiji. And a scintillating effort by the visitors. Support play at its best, probing and eventually creating the space.
Scored by Jonathan Iwanga.
Devastating rugby. We saw the two wing forwards, Mazurua and Korovu, handling the ball twice each. And when the last maul came out, they saw the gap out wide, but this time Neath were in disarray, and the full-back Wanga just run through. That was scintillating rugby.
No problems for Turuva to add the extra 2 points. So against the run of play, somewhat in the last 10 minutes, Fiji have got the first try, and they lead 10 points to 3. Neath had been drawn right, left, and back again. It was 3-1, nothing that Chris Higgs could do. He stayed with his man, and the gap was inviting for the fullback. It just about went the 10 metres, said Ed Morrison. Back inside. The pass looked slightly forward. And that's an unfair contest, isn't it? He's just under 12 stone, Patrick Hogan.
Patrick Hogan here, taking on the biggest man in the Fiji team, taps him on the head.
Reminiscent of a certain Tommy David with Grant Patty at Caribams Park many moons ago.
Much better looking than Tommy David.
A long speculative pass, but it could create more problems for Neath. And Bolo, he's almost 15 stone on the right wing. And the gap opens for scrum half Raul Looney. It's a dangerous period here for the Neath defenders. The slight hesitation by Rokotuivua. Now Manasseh Mbari. And Mbari goes. He's through the tackle of Geraint Davis. Second try in as many minutes. And those 2 minutes could be the turning point of the whole game. Manasseh Mbari, who scored against Wales A at the Brewery, has scored again against Neath at the Knoll. And it's 15-3 dramatically to Fiji.
A try was scored by Manasseh Mbari.
Neath had the move covered, really. It is the first time in this first half that the tackling has let them down. First of all, we see Darren Morris going in there, and then Mbari then runs through the middle. He should have been half tackled. Geraint Davis, poor tackle. He'll be disappointed with that. Barry, very strong, goes under the post.
Converted by the outside half for Petty Turuva. 17-3. Neath ball. Steve Williams, full of running. Good swift delivery. Good angle as well by Richard Jones. Oh, it's a great try for Neath. John Fennell. Such an important score that just conceded 2 tries. To come back, to hit back with a try of their own against the Breeze is an incredible boost.
These two young centres having a field day this afternoon. They're so full of running, their hands are so beautiful. They took a heavy tackle, but there you see Purnell looping outside the gear, and the wing obliges that he dives over in the corner.
The crucial run was the one by left wing Richard Jones. That's the one that changed the whole angle. Put the Fijians on the wrong foot. And the final flourish is Fijian in style by John Fennell. A shrill blast to signal half-time. It's been an enjoyable first half, full of movement. And at the interval, Fiji turn to face the Breeze with a lead of 17 points to 8.
The match.
Come in tight, come in tight, come in tight, come in tight. Now let's turn round. Every time that ball hits the deck, I want you as a unit. 8 of you driving in as a unit with depth. We're too loose. Depth in quick ball, and we'll use it. You can run this ball at ease. With a pass short.
It's still bright and blustery at the Foster's Knoll. A bad restart. Taken confidently by Glyn Llewellyn. And there are indications that the Neath 8 feel they have the upper hand in this close quarter stuff. Hogan did well. An interception was possible had the pass gone in. And there's John Davis once again. Chris Scott comes to control affairs, number 7 for Neath. Drive Fiji back, roll the ball, try and break clear, as Steve Williams does. Now arriving Burnell, the big burly flank forward. Chances for Neath here. Out it goes, Geraint Davis, but the try is still there. Great relief for fullback Geraint Davis. And a word of thanks to Lee Davis, the man who got there for Neath's second try. Neath 13, Fiji 17, and all to play for.
A try was scored by...
Well, this is where the damage is done. Neath held it tight, rolled them all over in the right wing. They drew in all the New Zealand, all the Fijian cover. They rolled it then in towards the middle of the field, and Steve Williams drove at the heart of the Fijian defence. And then for the first time second half, they released it out to the 3/4. Purnell punches once again, but now the centres are all waiting for it. There's an overlap here, and Geraint Davis possibly should have given it to the wing. Let's look at it. He holds on to it when the wing came in for him, but Davis looping really well and crashes over to show his strength.
The ball down on the line there, John, but that's good enough for the try. Paul Williams, once again the awkward side of the post for him, being a left-footed kicker. It looks good. Can it get there? Yes, it is. The Fijian lead is down to 2 points, and we've just had 6 minutes of the second half.
This is where the damage is done. Back room and Burnell driving at the heart, and then the fingertip pass in. Paul Williams puts it out. Lee Davis bases the full-back, Geraint Davis. It should have really passed out to the wing, and then Davis looping around and just manages to get over the line.
Jonathan Iwanga takes it well. Good enterprise by Fiji. Sensible play as well against the breeze. Some spaces for Vachureva. Vachureva, the look forward. What a stunning try for the big number 5. An incredible run. And the Knoll is stunned by the quick riposte by Fiji.
Again, Neath making the mistake of not finding touch, and that's what the Fijians, this is food for them. As soon as you miss kick the touch, they thrive in it, running back out. All the Fijians now are trying to get back behind the counter-attack. But this man, Vathurive, has the ball in midfield, 50 metres to run. The swings, his full-backs outside him, but he has the confidence, the speed and the strength to go for it. This is what we know Fiji are famous for.
Now there's a man who'd love to be on the field, one of the great favourites in recent years at the Knoll, Brian Williams. Sadly retired from first-class rugby. Hooker penalised, that's Greg Smith, the Waikato man. Out to Burnell, Gareth Llewellyn. Steve Williams did well. And now Burnell. Lee Davis timed it well, Geraint Davis out. Higgs herring for the corner. And Chris Scott up. Transfers to John Davis, just 2-3 metres short. Neath desperate for loose possession. It's there again, Chris Scott wrestling it clear. Showing the ball, Glyn Llewellyn. Ed Morrison, although his arm is towards Fiji, he's given the try. The left arm, then the right. And that signals delight for Neath team and supporters. Under the massive bodies they got there in the corner. The captain celebrates. It's his team and his try.
Neath entering into the spirit, and as the forwards are acting like three-quarters, they drive in, holding the ball. Instead of dying with it, Glyn Llewellyn there moving it out. Burnell moving it out. Lee Davis, that Geraint Davis does well here. Chris Higgs is well tackled. But wait for the forwards, they get in there in numbers. Then John Davis driving for the line. Fiji are waiting for Neath to move it out to the open, but I think it's for the blind they go. There it is, she sees the line, still hold him up. Chris Scott driving with it. It's good defending with the Fijians, but Neath do well to keep it off the floor, and it's Gareth Llewellyn drives over the line.
Gareth Llewellyn, I think, has claimed it. It might be Chris Scott. Chris Scott is in at the heart. It's the all-action wing forward showing the ball there. He's got Gareth Llewellyn with him, number 5. They both fall on it, they both claim it, and they'll discuss it afterwards in the bar. All to play for. 2 points separate them. Neath mainly dominant in the second half, but still Fiji lead. Lawrence Little running at Furnell. Good support from Korobo. And this is Manasa Ambari again. Good take by Geraint Davis. Huge overlap for Fiji out on the right. Well, good handling and they must score. And Bolo. Neath got there. But it's a penalty, it's not a try. Playing the ball after the tackle.
Fiji paying the penalty by getting a bit too cocky, really. The Neath cover defence was was over in numbers, but they should have strolled over, but they're not running flat out as they've done all afternoon. And that time, Neath defence up to them and passing the ball off the ground, no try.
Steve Williams out for almost a year with a serious knee injury, operation on the cruciate ligament. So glad to be back, and the Knoll crowd so glad to see him. Kevin Allen. The throw must be good. 9 minutes remain. Fiji still hanging on. Great work, Gareth Llewellyn down to Brother Glyn. It's a combination that's worked so successfully for Neath over the past 6 or 7 seasons. And it's allowed the other forwards to come in, drive from behind. Neath ball, Chris Scott once again releases. Oh, they've worked it clear. 2 wings together, heads it in. Great try for Neath. So well worked. The smile of delight. The hug of congratulation. And the Knoll is alight. It's Neath 25, Fiji 22. A little over 8 minutes remain.
That try is scored by Chris Higgs.
A top quality try, good pass in the midfield. There was the miss pass there, and there's the blindside wing. Richard Jones coming in and feeding Chris Higgs. He needs just half a chance. He has plenty of pace over the right wing.
The roar says the ball is there. The touch judges agree. Neath 27, Fiji 22.
Try.
Steve Williams. Neath had tried to put Fiji on the back foot, not quite succeeded. The ball is there. Hogan and Chris Scott is never ever far away. They lead by 5, a chance to make it 8, and that would be 2 scores ahead. Former Neath captain, former Neath coach Kevin Phillips. These days sporting the colours of Cardigan, but delighted with the performance of his former side. Yes, indeed, Yechida Kevin. This a crucial kick. 3 points that could seal victory for Neath. The roar was there to acclaim the success. This could be a famous day at the Knoll. It's Neath 30, Fiji 22, and the first ever victory over a touring side is now in sight. 41 minutes gone. And there's the man, Williamu Thavuambati. There could be a final flourish for Fiji, but it won't dent the Neath celebrations. It's the All Blacks Day as Fiji probe late on. Manasseh Mbari. 41 minutes played. It's all action right to the end. Fiji desperate for a final score. Neath desperate to keep them out. This is Mbolo. Richard Jones hangs on. No quarter given or asked. Final whistle. History is created at the Knoll. Gareth Llewellyn and his men raise their arm in jubilation and celebration. They've broken their duck. At long last, they've beaten a touring side. It's a great shot in the arm for Welsh rugby in general. Neath have beaten Fiji by 30 points to 22.
Took a while to come together. Made a few mistakes early on, but the kids came of age today. Lee Davis absolutely outstanding, you know. And first time that this club's ever beaten a major side, and we're over the moon.
Comment on the Fijians.
They've learned a few tricks, you know. They're not a bum side anymore, and they've certainly got a few tricks that they see from New Zealand, and they're a tough outfit, you know.
But Neath are better.
Well, we done them today, but they're going to get better. You know, they're not a bad team, and they'll be tough.
Oh, I expected more from the boys today. Obviously, I'm disappointed, but we knew Neath would be harder than Wales, eh? They've got the most exciting maul in the world, you know. They must bore their followers to death, but they took us apart up front, and we didn't win enough ball, and you can't play without the ball.
Well, David, that really was a terrific performance by Neath.
A magnificent victory, Alan, and of course it's the first time Neath have beaten a touring side, and they'll be highly delighted tonight the way they've done it with style.
Give credit to Neath, but also were you slightly disappointed with the Fijians?
I thought it was a far better performance today, actually, than the performance against Wales A on Saturday. They won some ball, they run hard behind, but it was the midfield defence of Neath and general defence that kept Fiji out. But when Neath had the ball, I mean, Lee Davis and Fennell in the centre, quite outstanding. Some combative skills from Lee Davis, aligned to some silky skills then from the Fennell. I think it made for excellent entertainment.
So we've got some more encouragement in the can following the defeat last Saturday against Wales A.
Oh, absolutely, and there were individuals who had very good games, youngsters like Paul Williams at half-back, but in particular Patrick Hogan at scrum half. He used the ball so wisely, varied his play superbly, and made sure that Fiji were on the back foot.
OK, David, thanks very much indeed. Well, you can follow the fortunes of the Fijians for the third match of their tour. They play in Cardiff. Our cameras will be at Cardiff Arms Park. For the moment, from the Knoll, it's goodbye.